Welcome to Hooking Up and Tracking Down. It's 11:30 The Tiger. Gary McCoy along with the Ranger Pro staffer Steve Graff. Mike Eccles again in the house this week. In this segment, brought to you by Bayou Outdoor Supercenter, Mustang Survival, Daiwa Rods and Reels, and BioBore Fuel Treatment. And thank you so much for tuning in. I'm not sure how big of an audience we got today because, Emmett Smith is in town.
Yeah.
He's speaking at that the Independence Bowl luncheon.
But he's listening to this show first, I think.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, because I heard he had really good taste in radio and television.
Right.
And so, I mean, obviously this,
Emmett Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on Petticoat Junction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike.
That's
Mike,
different Emmett.
Mike.
Oh.
Mike. God love him. There are people that hold prayer vigils for him. I'm talking about, like 2 and 3 day prayer vigil.
And what cave you live in? Where at? Where is that at?
Do you know for 3?
He was the famous baseball player.
Yeah.
That won Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
He really did win Dancing with the Stars. But he was a running back for the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas
okay.
Cowgirls.
All right. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and that's great. Mike's right on that one now, Cowgirls.
Oh, whoa. 33% of this show supports my boys now.
Hey, I'm a huge Cowboy fan.
Okay.
But right now,
well,
they're disappointing me.
The only thing more disappointing than the Cowboys is the Rangers this year.
Okay, Gary, we can't talk about that. Mike can't participate.
Do you know I spent 3 days in South Louisiana watching a golf tournament?
Wow, but that was torture.
No, actually, that's the one sport that I can really sit and not be nauseated watching.
Really?
Because he sleeps through it.
No.
Do you play? Have you played?
No, never played a game in my life.
Really?
But I can look at golf and think, you're good.
Yeah.
It's just not a matter of running and hitting and throwing.
Yeah.
You got to be able to think in golf.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
I love that, man. Hey, I want to remind you something. Hunter safety. 2 really important words. We got a big season that's coming up this year in regards to both deer and duck season. And from all intents and purposes, it looks like it's going to be a fantastic year because of the weather that we've had.
Right.
And you're going to have some youngsters that want to be out there in the woods or, maybe you want to go brush up on your hunting skills as well. And I saw that I think Bell Park Baptist Church, 157 in the Houghton area, I think they're having a hunter safety course next week. Of course, you can take it online. I think it costs you like $12 or $15 if you take the course online, but you still got to go to the field day.
Right, you got to do the field work.
But you can't do that until you've completed, the online portion. Right. And you know what? I think, honestly, going to the classroom, spending 3 nights there for a couple of 3 hours is just a better...
A couple people I know did it online.
Yeah.
Said they hated it.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
Yeah.
They said they wish they just had gone to the class.
Yeah.
Well, the deal is that if you go to the classroom and you're with people your age, especially kids, they're interacting.
Yeah,
it's
you're
like
interacting
we're
with people.
all doing this.
Exactly.
Right? Instead of I'm being made to sit down and do this.
And go through these questions. Yeah.
I think I'm going to take it. My youngest son, Colt, is the only one that hasn't done it. I think I'm going to take it with him when
if
he goes.
If anybody needs a safety class,
it's a McCoy. A McCoy's got to have that.
All right, just log on to Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, and they've got a tab over on the left-hand side that says Hunter Education. You click on that, and then there's a couple of drop-downs that pop up that show you exactly where you can find out, when the nearest class is, how many seats are remaining in that class. A lot of them book up really quick, so just keep an eye on that pretty regularly.
Mike, wrap up your South Louisiana fishing trip for us.
I have not been south in several years, and I've got to thank a man that I've never met, Sam Pullig, who owns a camp down there. You may know Sam.
I was fixing to say,
I know that
Sam
name.
Pullig.
Timber guy.
Yeah, I knew that name.
He's got a camp down at Cocodrie, and Dwayne Chapman, who I duck hunt with, is a relative.
Does Sam listen to the show?
He will now.
Sam, thanks for the phone call and inviting me to go with y'all. So,
well, after I've spent the week down there, probably not going to let
we never
anybody else
get to go back.
But Dwayne Chapman and Larry Riffle from Minden and I went down, and we had a good trip. We caught 37 trout Friday and almost 60 Saturday.
Wow.
Up to 3 pounds. I mentioned
so trout bite was on.
It was. I mentioned this bait here a couple of months ago because somebody told me about it. A little old bait called the Voodoo Shrimp, and I don't even know who makes it.
Right.
But it is a plastic shrimp. Looks just like a shrimp. Got a little thin wire hook and a lead head on it. But have you ever caught trout?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, they're like piranhas.
Right.
Teeth are unbelievable.
Yes.
They
You don't lip them, I promise you.
They're called slashers because they hit a bait and just tear it, and then they come back and take it.
Gotcha.
This shrimp imitation has this Kevlar. You can catch 100 speckled trout on it.
Wow.
And it looks just like a shrimp. Works very good under a popping cork.
Because when they hit that little old plastic Kakaho minnow, you catch maybe 2.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you're done.
You can catch 100 on this thing. I fished with one for 2 days, and you couldn't even tell it had been used. Unbelievable.
Wow.
But we did have had a good trip. The trout, just like everything else, are behind. Normally, the trout have spawned in June up into July. Half the trout we caught had eggs in them.
Really?
Wow. So what do you think? Do you think we will have a day this year that hits 100?
I looked at the extended forecast this morning. Someday next weekend or something, they're for the 3rd time they're predicting a couple of days of 100, and we haven't reached it yet.
Yeah. I want to say the hottest was like 98 back in June.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no.
Okay. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I really just don't think we're going to make it. I mean, it was 65 degrees this morning, 66.
I'm looking at long range for, this is channel 12.
Yeah.
98 is showing for the highs next Wednesday. That's the highest it gets, 97, 98.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't think we're going to hit 100. And you remember, it wasn't, 2 years ago, we had like 40-something days over 100?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was crazy.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Well, now the rest of the trip were real good until about 8 o'clock Saturday morning when I reached for a fish, and the fish jumped, and I wound up with a 4/0 Kale hook buried right there.
Oh, that's wonderful.
To the shank.
Yeah.
And
This is day 1 or day 2?
this is day 2.
Yeah.
But we're a 45-minute ride out, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and they looked and they said, "We're done. We got to go in." I said, "No, we're gonna pull it out." Have you ever done it
With
Gary?
a monofilament?
Yeah.
Done it a jillion times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it hurt?
No.
No, it does not. You've
Does
done
not.
it. It
I've
does
done
not
it
hurt.
twice.
It does not hurt.
And I told her, I cut the line off. I got some 30-pound line. I showed him how to wrap it, and Dwayne said, "I'll pull it." I said, "You have to jerk. You got to promise me that you'll jerk.
You don't pull, you
If
snap.
you jerk,
Yeah.
it'll come out, and I'll never feel it."
Right.
We got it around there, wrapped it around his hand. I said, "On 3, I want you to jerk." Now, I'm going to stop the story here. There's 2 things had taken place that I didn't know. Now, this hook is, if you turn your left hand over, look at your palm, go down your pointing finger where it joins the hand, and about an inch past that where you see that lifeline,
Yeah.
that's where the hook was,
Okay.
buried to the bend.
Yeah.
I did not know, number one, that hook was in a tendon.
Oh, no.
Did not know it. Number 2, I did not know that tendon goes from the end of your left finger all the way up your arm, across here, down your torso, and was connected to both my testicles.
Well, he's fixing to find out that it is.
When he jerked, both ends slammed together. And it was as close to passing out as I have ever come in my life.
Until he saw stars.
It was the most painful thing I have ever experienced in my life.
He about blacked out.
I did. I saw white for about 2 or 3 seconds.
With
That is a true story. Every bit of that, 110% of that is true.
With that, we're going to lead into.
I got to find out what they call that tendon.
We're going to lead into the Delaware tournament. The BASS Elite Series guys just got through, and Mike Iaconelli won this event. And real quick, Davey Height jumped in the boat with Iaconelli, and here's how this interview went with Iaconelli and Davey Height.
Congratulations, man. You don't have to sweat this one. You know, I've done a lot of these this year, and people are sweating them out. Tell me, first of all, your hometown.
Yeah.
First time ever here, winning a lead event. How does it feel? I mean, it's got to be like winning the Classic.
It's probably better than winning the Classic. I haven't won an elite tournament, Davey, in so long I can't remember. And to do it here in front of friends and fans and family, it's special.
You know, we fished Murray a few times. It's my home lake. I've been second, I've been third, I've been fourth. But I've never won in my hometown, and that's one thing I want to do before I retire one day, hopefully 30 years from now. But, you know, it's got to be feeling great today for you.
It's a good feeling. A lot of emotions running today. Fished in an area today called the Schuylkill River. where I literally learned how to fish from my grandfather, my uncle, and that's, man, those kind of emotions, they're special.
Awesome. Let's idle on towards check-in, because I know you want to get up on stage in front of all these people that came out. Tell me a little bit about, I came out there today. Usually on first look, I wait till the guys come in, but I heard about a barge that you were fishing that was just phenomenal. Tell me a little bit about, there's so many sunken barges here. How in the heck does so many fish live in that one, and when did you find it?
It's a barge in a creek called Timber Creek, which is a creek I grew up on, and it's kind of a famous barge, and
it's really famous now.
It's a famous barge, but it's an incoming tide spot, and it's real important to have those. They bite like crazy on outgoing, but incoming, it's a tougher bite. One of the keys for me, Davey, on that barge was fishing inside the barge, actually flipping in holes inside the barge, and the second day, most of my 15 pounds came out of that one spot.
How did you land? I saw it rested up inside. Did you lose a lot of fish? How many land those fish from inside?
We call that a 30% spot, meaning about 30% of the fish you'll get, and the other 70 you lose. I don't know how it happened, but I landed every fish that bit this week in there.
Meant to be, man. Meant to be.
To do what he did, you beat a curse. Because traditionally speaking, you're talking to Davey Height, or Davey Height's doing the interview there. Probably one of the top 25 anglers of all time, I would say.
Oh, no doubt.
And
I put him top 20.
And to be able to not win on your home lake like Murray, shows you. All too often we have guys that come here and they'll go to Toledo Bend, and the local favorite, maybe it's Tommy Martin or somebody along. Just
Faircloth, Faircloth.
Yeah, doesn't do any good at all. You've got some of the guys over on Rayburn. Now you've got guys. Remember the days of Robert Yates and those guys? They were just unbeatable on Sam Rayburn.
Yeah,
but it really is tougher to perform on your home lake, only because you go rely so much on nostalgia, where they bit this time 3 years ago, instead of just looking for new fish like a new lake.
Back in the 80s, I think it was the 80s, BASS came to Lake Bistineau.
Yeah.
I thought the most local-oriented lake on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
There's no way that these guys will come in and beat Parker, Yelverton, Ronnie Kendrick, Sam Bass, those guys there. No way. And Larry Nixon wins. Roland Martin comes in second. I don't know that we had a local hardly that got a check.
Hey, Lake Bistineau, a great example, because they held the national championship for a circuit that me and my old partner Tommy Wilson fished a number of years ago, and I don't remember what it was, but it was in October, and it was on Lake Bistineau.
Best in America, wasn't it?
I just knew that I was fortunate enough to be with Tommy, and you were just about not going to beat Tommy Wilson in that time of the year on Bistineau. And sure, we caught a string of fish. We did really good. But the guys who won it, check this out, had never been to Lake Bistineau before. They caught their fish on jig and spoons in the middle of the ski channel.
Yeah. They were from Kentucky, wasn't they? They're from Kentucky.
Who catches fish on a jig and spoon, number one, ever in Bistineau, but on number two, why are you looking for fish in the middle of the blasted ski channel, the ski run?
I fished that tournament, and I can remember having guys come by and said, "We're from New York. Is there any riprap on this lake?"
Yeah.
They were looking for rocks on Bistineau.
Right.
I was just blown away as to the different styles that these people are fishing that you'd never think about, and they've dumbed it down. I mean, there's an application.
They're probably deep water guys, which is what it sounds like.
Well,
deep water guys,
there's an application for just about everything, except trying to find muddy water on bull shoals or table rock.
Right.
You're just about not going to do it. And so if that's your thing, flipping a jig in muddy water, you got a long day ahead of you at either one of those two bodies of water.
Iaconelli won this event with 47-14. Chris Lane came in second with 39-14. So 8-pound difference there. Pretty good win for Iaconelli. Jason Christie came in third. Kevin Short, our guy that's been on the show, lost his home during the tornado outside of Little Rock there. Kevin Short came in fourth. Kudos to him. That's $15,000 for him. Shaw Grigsby was fifth. Skeet Reese sixth. Bill Lowe in seventh. Doyd Bucket. Doyd Bucket.
Lloyd Bucket. Wasn't he in Back to the Future?
He came in eighth. Scott Rook was ninth, and Byron Velvick, the Bachelor, came in 10th. So congratulations to all those guys.
Stay close. We're going to talk to Brett.
Oh, real quick. Greg Hackney took the lead in Angler of the Year.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Louisiana boy leading. Is that the first time ever for a Louisiana fella to be at the top of the Angler of the Year?
Now, I think he's done this before. I think he's led before.
Okay.
It's the first time for a Louisiana guy to be in the lead and not have a restraining order against him.
Stay close. Brett Pruitt. He's from the University of Louisiana Monroe. Just qualified for the Bassmasters Classic from the collegiate end of things. We'll visit with him next. Hooking up and tracking down 11:30. The Tiger.
Toledo Fiberglass specializes in fiberglass restoration, offering fiberglass repair on all major brands of ski and bass boats. Al Drew and his staff will get you back on the water where you belong. Everything from metal flake scratches to recarpeting, Toledo Fiberglass can fix it. It's also home of the Gorilla Hull and the headquarters of the Minn Kota Talon Shallow Water Anchor System. So the next time you need fiberglass repairs or restoration, go see Toledo Fiberglass just off the Texas Highway or call 800-554-5452. You've heard the old saying, good things come to those who wait. Well, Natchitoches, the wait is over. John Abraham has just opened the best hunting and fishing store in Natchitoches. Cypress Knee Outdoors, located on Highway 6 west off I-49, has everything a hunter and fisherman could want. Top name brands Zoom, Santone, Pelican, V&M, and the new Uzo baits, as well as hunting brands like Primos, Duck Commander, Hoyt, and Federal. So don't drive to Shreveport Ellick anymore. Go see the guys at Cypress Knee Outdoors or call them at 238-HUNT.
Did you notice some brands sending out trophies from 2006 at boat shows this year? Really? That's like wearing your high school Letterman jacket to a job interview when you're 30. But if other brands are going to raise the issue of awards, no matter how old they may be, we're happy to join the conversation. When it comes to awards, Sea Ray is in a class all its own. Sea Ray is the most awarded boat brand ever. Bayou Outdoor Supercenter has yours waiting for you. Bayou Outdoor Supercenter is Louisiana's family-owned RV and marine dealer.
Welcome back to Hooking Up and Tracking Down on 1130 The Tiger. This segment here presented by Nichols Department Stores, Toledo Fiberglass, Paul's Farm and Garden, and J&J Exterminating. Got pests? Call J&J. Speaking of pests, here are the biggest bugs in radio. Steve Graff, Gary McCoy, and the one and only Mike Waterbug Eccles.
Waterbug?
Hey, you're the only one that ripped that tendon there that goes all the way from your hand all the way to the nether region.
He looks like a water bug,
doesn't he?
I might be a doodle bug, but I'm not a water bug. Water bug is no good for any. You've never seen a fish bite a water bug.
That's
no,
true.
you've never seen a fish. In fact, if I see water bugs ganged up on a place, I won't even fish there. I just don't believe that there's a fish anywhere around.
Yeah, I think they're stink bugs.
Well, it could be.
Aquatic stink bugs.
I wonder if there's anybody listening right now that's ever caught a fish anywhere under water bugs.
And let me ask you this. Have you ever caught a fish on a black cricket?
No.
I heard they won't hit those.
No.
Johnny Geist disagreed with me.
I've never caught a fish on a regular black cricket.
Crickets. And I'm like, I've tried it before. I ain't even got a bite
Oh, man,
on it.
I spent all one Saturday just as a kid going out catching all those black crickets and put them in a cricket bucket.
Yeah.
Never got a bite on one.
I'm telling you.
You can fish with an empty hook and get a bite before you catch one on a black cricket.
Right.
Yeah.
Steve, we got him?
No, sir, that was someone else.
Stinkbait had our guest Brett Pruitt on from ULM a minute ago, and he hung up on him. and evidently Brett is sold up because of it now. And
I tell you what it is. Stinkbait thinks that if the guest doesn't call in, we'll have Stinkbait on. We'll give him a mic.
That's what it is. See, he's hanging up on it.
He's trying to get mic time.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, we're going to figure that one out.
You know, while we're waiting on him, I want to go ahead and mention that tomorrow, Paul's Farm and Garden, they have their wildlife seminar.
Tomorrow evening at
6:30. That's 1300 North Market. And I've been kidding everybody. Said, go on up there. He's going to feed you. He is going to feed you.
See?
They're going to have barbecue.
You talked him into it.
That's right. I embarrassed him into it. And they're going to have.
Don't you let Mike Eccles pick on you, bro.
They're going to have the Purina Rip there. They're going to have a seminar on horn growth and their product, the Antler Max. Mm-hmm. They also have another product out called Royal Grow. Now, this is going to be, I think this could be revolutionary.
Really?
This is a fertilizer that is going to be great for food plots, because anytime you plant something, you've got a growth, you fertilize it, you've got to have water.
Yeah.
You either have to water it or it's got to rain. This Royal Grow that they've got out now, you can put up in a 2.5 gallon pump up sprayer, and you spray it directly on the leaves of what you've got growing, so you get 100% benefit from the fertilizer. So tomorrow, go by Paul's Farm and Garden, 1300 North Market. Eat door prizes and listen to the biologists and the people they have from Purina about all the products they got, especially for the food plots coming up.
You got to eat door prizes?
No.
You said eat door prizes.
No, he says they're going to eat.
Moving right along.
Yeah. Okay, now what time does it start? I forgot.
6:30.
6:30. Okay, cool. Brett, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Brett, say your last name.
Pruitt.
Okay, that's what we thought.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying.
Do you spell it wrong, or do we spell it wrong?
No, it's just spelled a little bit different. They've been saying it wrong since I was a little kid playing baseball.
That's what I thought.
That's got that Louisiana, South Louisiana spelling.
P-R-E-U-T-T.
See where I'm from?
No,
U-E-T-T.
Oh, no, it's P-R-E-U-E-T-T.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because we always spelled it P-R-U-E-T-T. And I bet you whenever he got a jersey with it spelled, everybody was like, hey, they spelled the name wrong on the back of your jersey.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it. I've heard it before.
Well, have you come back to earth yet since you qualified for the Bassmaster Classic?
It has definitely taken a while, but I'm actually on the lake right now fishing one of the guys on the ULM team. It's about one of the first days I actually went fishing since it all happened.
Now, what lake you on today?
I'm on Bartholomew in Monroe, Louisiana.
Oh, okay. So you just out pleasure fishing today?
Yeah, just actually relaxing, getting away, and enjoying it. It's been pretty tough. I guess that little cool front messed them up a little bit, but I'm just happy I ain't got the pressure of putting 5 in the live well.
Amen.
There you go.
Now, you have already graduated from ULM, have you not?
Yes, sir. I've graduated with my master's this last semester. My master's in my MBA. I had my master's in business, and I had my undergrad in management.
What are you going to do with this?
Well, I have it for a backup plan. Honestly, no matter before even this happened, I had intentions of trying to fish the opens and trying to make it professionally fishing because that's my dream and what I wanted to do. So winning has truly helped the burden of the finances and stuff next year with them, with the Bassmasters paying the entry fees for the opens next year, along with being able to fish the Classic. So it's definitely a blessing to have this opportunity. Truly is a heck. I'm so excited every day I wake up and just can't stop thinking about it.
Okay, before we get to how you won and how you qualified and how you went about this, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna speak for 3 old guys who have
one real old guy.
Yeah, Eccles. Anyway, with 3 old, we're going to tell you right now. Catching fish is important.
Both of y'all step outside.
Why? So we can
shut the door.
So we can go find your cane for you. Anyway, so what I want to tell you, catching fish is really important. Competitive, being there, intelligent. Those are important things. But one of the most important things that you'll find as you enter this world of professional fishing is going to be moving product. It's going to be selling. It's going to be picking up sponsors. And there's only one way to do that, and to continually, be up front on that is with integrity. And I'm going to tell you that'll be the token, because you not only are going out there to represent you and the Pruitt family, but you're representing Louisiana, and a lot
of collegiate anglers.
Oh gosh, and just the fact of the matter is we're just good people in Louisiana, and that's the way we want to be portrayed across the country.
Hey Brent, let me tell you something. This is Mike Eccles. Keep this in mind. You have never and will never hear of somebody who didn't make it in the fishing world because they were too nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
he's
never
too nice.
hear that.
Yeah.
And I know some guys that was pretty doggone good fishermen that didn't make it because they were jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
true.
And I definitely I want to avoid anything from that. Like, I got back from Birmingham to visit the Bassmasters thing, and I couldn't tell them how much thankful I was for all the stuff they gave me, to being able to use the boat and stuff this next year. And I tell you what, the friendships I've made just with guys in different colleges, and the people I met through college fishing, and it's some of the greatest people in this world. It's just this people that I got people all over the United States saying that I can stay in their house whenever I need to fish lakes all over the place, and it's it's just it's truly amazing how people come together to help you. Whenever people over the years that I've talked to and always treat it well and stuff, how they come back after all this. I get to talk to them and reconnect with them after all this, and how they offer me staying at their house and all the things, because I mean, just never burning no bridges is really important to me, and I try not to make any enemies at all in anything.
The only nicer group of people you'll ever come across is world famous radio personalities.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
No better people in the world.
You know, most intelligent, give the best advice, best looking, best dressed.
But what you'll find is there's a reason why they're on radio. And not
Two of
TV.
us picking our nose right now.
What's your immediate plans? I mean, are you going to kick things off here pretty quick?
Oh yeah, I have to. I'm going to Little Rock actually tomorrow to go to the studios and to see the Bassmaster and with Tommy Sanders and Zona and everybody there, and I'm going to be able to talk to them tomorrow and meet everybody there. I got to meet everybody in the headquarters in Birmingham yesterday. I drove.
Do us a favor, Brett.
Yes, sir.
Tell Mark Zona, we had him on the show in December this past year. Tell him we said hello.
Was it that
Yes,
December, I know, right
said-
before Christmas.
Yeah. He wants to be us when he gets grown, and when he gets grown, he's going to try to get on this show with us. But
he wants to be a regular.
We're
but we
still
just don't
kind
have room.
of letting him audition for that.
Brett, are you the youngest? Are you the youngest contender this year in the Classic?
I'd have to look at it. I haven't. I guess not everybody's finished qualified, but I have to be pretty close to it, because I definitely would be probably closest to one of the youngest, if not the youngest. It's going to be right there at it.
You 23, 24?
I just turned 24. Just turned it actually this past week. So all this happened. Then my birthday was Friday after we ended up winning the bracket.
Graff didn't get out of college till he was 29. That's what he needed to know.
I was 30.
Okay, let me reset the stage here. On the phone with us, Brett Pruitt from University of Louisiana Monroe. Just recently, 2 weeks ago,
Yes,
qualified for the Bassmaster Classic through the BASS Collegiate Division, and you fished that for 4 years?
Yes, sir. It's been my fourth year fishing. Last year I finished about half the field, and the year before about the same. And I won the FLW National Championship before with my partner Paul Clark from Monroe 2 years ago.
Wow.
And I got to fish as a co-angler in the Forest Wood Cup and that. And Paul graduated before me, and I got to fish one more. This was my last college tournament ever, and so I was.
What a way to go out with a bang, man!
Right.
Well, Brett, the ULM team is pretty darn strong. We've had a couple of guys on the show already from ULM, and you guys got a pretty good program going on over there right now.
Oh, well, our program is top-notch, amazing, one of the best in the country. 3 years ago, we finished number 2 in the nation. 2 years ago, we finished number 1 in the nation, and again this year, we finished number 2 in the nation and came close to winning it. So, and it's not Division 1, Division 2, Division 3.
Right.
College fishing is not split up. It's just every college in the country.
Yeah, see, Northwestern State did that when it first kicked off. Northwestern State was one of the top 4 teams in the nation, but when those guys graduated, it just fell apart. I hope that doesn't happen with you guys. Is there somebody kind of running the show there at ULM? Do you have a particular person that recruits anglers and brings these new anglers in?
Our advisor is Ralph Swilly, and what helps us is we had 4 teams qualify for that for the championship even at Chateau, and 2 of them was freshmen and stuff. So we do so good. We got freshmen. We got more people trying to try out than there ever has been. So we are definitely on the roll, and just hopefully going to continue to be in the top 5 in the nation every year. We got what makes us so good is we all work together. We don't. There's some teams out there that they're more worried about themselves and beating their other teammates than actually helping each other out with techniques and stuff. And our team ain't like that. We let each other know what's going on out on the lake, and it helps. We all help one another. So I believe that's one of the reasons why we're so consistent in tournaments and always have a team in the near the top 5 or more than one team. As a matter of fact,
you'll find out even fishing opens. There's small cliques on tour, and these guys work together a lot of times, and that's what makes some of them so hard to beat. So it's important you do form those bonds with those other anglers and get your own little clique together. to compete in those open tournaments. So good luck with that.
Yes, sir. I definitely believe. I actually have one or two friendships already with guys in the pros, and I haven't got to talk to them quite yet. But I definitely enjoy talking to some of them guys through college. We've been able to meet a lot of them, and I think that is really important, like you said.
Brett Pruitt, he's headed to the Bassmaster Classic and be representing the state of Louisiana. Now, listen, all we expect of you to do is win it, and we want you to beat everybody by about 10 pounds. Can you handle that for us?
Oh, that's a lot to handle right there. I'd be happy. But,
brother, good luck. I mean, this is going to be awesome for not only you, for all of us in Louisiana as well.
Correct, and it's amazing, and I promise you I'm going to give 100%. I'm about ready to go to Lake here any week and start visiting it soon. I'm going to do all the practicing I can. I have some people that said I can stay in South Carolina and practice, and I'm going to be there as much as I can possible before the off-limits period. I believe it's January the 1st before official practice again. So I'm going to try to – I already watched the Classic on there from a couple years ago they had, and I'm going to keep doing research, looking at the maps, the depth contours, and everything, and doing it whatever I can to be. I'm definitely not scared, but I just I want to be well prepared, going into the Classic.
There you go. Go fishing, man.
Yes, sir.
Brett Pruitt, thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Good luck, man. We want to talk to you again right after you win the Classic. You'll remember us, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I won't forget nobody.
And tell Zona
for having me on the show.
Tell Zona we say hello.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all very much.
All right, man.
Thank you, Brett.
All right. Thank y'all.
Stay close now. Here in a minute, the best bass fishing lake in the Arklatex. We're going to duke it out right here on the radio and on television. We'll argue amongst us and determine that. It's next, Hooking Up and Tracking Down, 11:30, The Tiger.
Hello, I'm Troy Behavior. We at Natchitoches Nursing and Rehabilitation proudly support and watch TV17's local programming.
The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more.
Legendary quality. At Ranger, it's an unparalleled commitment to incredible strength. With the industry's only pull-truted transom, we don't rely on the upper deck to support the transom and motor. It's a difference so strong, we sliced off this rear deck to show its independence from the transom. From total performance to your peace of mind. Cut open the whole story at rangerstrong.com.
When I go shopping, I want camo, fishing tackle, guns, hunting gear, work clothes.
And when I go shopping, I want home decor, gifts, children's and baby clothes.
Fortunately, we can both get exactly what we need at the same place, Nichols.
All the name brands you can find in the big city without driving to the big city and paying big city prices.
Nichols, keeping folks happy since 1914.
You've heard the old saying, good things come to those who wait. Well, Natchitoches, the wait is over. John Abraham has just opened the best hunting and fishing store in Natchitoches. Cypress Knee Outdoors, located on Highway 6 west off I-49, has everything a hunter fisherman could want. Top name brands Zoom, Santone, Pelican, V&M, and the new Uzo baits, as well as hunting brands like Primos, Duck Commander, Hoyt, and Federal. So don't drive to Shreveport-Ellick anymore. Go see the guys at Cypress Knee Outdoors or call them at 238-HUNT.
This segment presented by Toledo Bend Lake Country, commercial power equipment, Ranger Boats, and Bob Seeley Outdoors, home of the $1 million Big Bass Splash. Take it away, Gary.
Good morning, everybody. It's your third morning practice update. I apologize deeply about not updating last night. Unfortunately, we just didn't have nothing to update. Nothing. Sat down last night and talked with Bobby Lane for a while. He asked me if he could get 4 of my PMA bracelets. You see it right there, PMA, baby, positive mental attitude. I said, Bobby, why you need 4? He said, 1 for each arm and 1 for each foot. He said, gee, she's going to be a tough one. Couldn't agree more with Bobby. Catching one here on high tide's about like trying to knit a water bowl or do underwater pottery. It's quite challenging. Delanar River. She's a beauty. Peace out, everybody. I got to get to fishing. Here comes the guys. Y'all be quiet.
Gerald Swindle. I'm telling you, he's like working with Eccles. Gerald Swindle there on the Delaware River. One of the updates that he puts on the site there. And you know what, Graf? Do you think does that tend to start like does it tend to start like how does it travel all the way around over there and then come down and
but
go
I'm not going to hook myself to find out.
No.
So
if you don't believe me,
I believe you.
We fully believe you.
I'm just not sure.
Hold your hand out.
Gary McCoy, along with what do we call you now, Mike?
Waterbug. Nut snatcher. I don't know.
Waterbug Eccles. And Steve Graf, the Ranger Pro Staffer. Yeah. Okay. Best bass fishing lake in the Arklatex. Boy, we got a number of them, too.
Yeah, I was wanting you guys' opinion. Y'all fished a lot of these lakes. Y'all have got a lot of experience around here.
I'll tell you what, I'll let y'all give your opinion, then I'll just give you the right answer.
Okay.
How about that?
I don't know if there is a right or wrong answer.
Right. There is a right answer.
Sure, there's a right answer.
Yeah. There is a right answer.
Especially when the last question is, which one has the best potential to produce a double-digit bass?
Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. What's the best bass fishing lake in the Arklatex? Red River, Toledo Bend, Caddo, Bistineau, Lake Fork, Sam Rayburn, Grand Bayou, Lake of the Pines.
That's just the list that I pulled from.
Okay.
Black Lake in February and March, if you ain't got 24, 25 pounds, don't even think about coming in and trying to win a tournament there, maybe even more.
But Mike and I were just talking about this a minute ago. This year, Cross and Caddo have just blown up, man. Yeah. I mean, those two bodies of water are producing 20-pound stringers at the drop of a hat.
The replica class fish, which is 8 pounds and above, have continued on Cross Lake and Caddo. Not just Cross Lake and Caddo. I mean, Black Bayou, Halston, but there have been more replica class fish caught through the summer this year than I can ever remember.
It's the weather. It's got to be the weather.
Do you really think it is?
Got to be the weather.
This has been a very mild summer.
Sure it has.
It's been awesome. Last night, me and my wife went and sat on Sibley Lake. Then we drove out for dinner and just sat at the boat ramp on Red River, and it was just so nice.
I thought we were supposed to be trying to decide which was the best bass.
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
I
don't think the weather has anything to do with the way the fish are. I think more people are fishing.
Do you really think so?
I think, because of the weather. You got more hooks in the water.
I would really hate to have to say it, but I think you may have hit on something.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. I mean, if it's 102, 103,
that's
right.
It's
the amount of
town.
people out there is cut drastically. You may actually be right once.
Yeah, once.
Y'all write this down.
Yeah. No, I mean that's a very good point. I hadn't even thought about that.
But
and it's all because of the pavement.
That's it.
The concrete.
Hey, y'all kick Al Gore out, put me in there, and I'll solve this global warming.
Now, I don't know if Gary's fished it. I have fished it a little, and I'm ashamed to say I hadn't fished it more than I have. Mike has probably fished it. Mike actually shot a show on it one time that I watched when I watched one of Mike's shows not too long ago that we play on KNTS in Natchitoches. Grand Bayou.
Love it.
That place, man,
Love it.
It's probably one of the better bodies of water around it.
Best Carolina rig lake I've ever seen.
The reason that I would say Grand Bayou is not the best overall to catch a double digit, not that they don't have them there, but that Grand Bayou is more of a structure lake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
You've got to know drops, creeks,
right.
Old brush tops. You've got to know that to go down there. Right. You're not going to go out there and throw at cypress trees like I do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's probably per acre, there may be as many double-digit fish or more on Grand Bayou, but I'm not going to go down there and catch one.
Right.
But I can go to Caddo and maybe do it because I'm going to throw at a tree because he might be by there.
Right. Okay, 2 questions here. Of all the bodies of water that we listed, which one do you think is the best bass fishing lake?
You can't answer that because what constitutes the best? Is it numbers? Is it big fish? Is it?
Let's take double-digit fish out then. Take double-digit fish out. Just the best bass fishing lake.
Well,
right now, I would say Toledo Bend. I would say
I'm going to agree with you. It's
to go
Toledo
catch
Bend.
a limit of fish, probably Toledo Bend.
I cannot believe it. In the same day, I was right the first time.
It's still
you
on
guys.
fire.
The 2 of y'all are right when you agree with me.
Yeah.
I'm just not. Look at this. All 3 of us.
I wish I'd have known. I'd have just made something else up.
I'm going to go the opposite direction here, and this people at Sam Rayburn may not appreciate this, but it may be the worst body of water right now.
Why is that?
Worst.
Because of the grass?
I don't know. We don't. The guys that all of us that fish that lake really hard, including our buddy Stephen Johnston, by the way, is fishing the FLW Cup this week.
Yeah.
We want to kudos and good luck to Stephen this week. Hopefully, he win the cup.
I saw you put that on our Facebook page.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing my message this morning. He said, "Man, he really appreciated our support and us guys supporting him." And but anyway,
Actually said, "Who is this?"
yeah. What do y'all need? But Steve and I have talked extensively last year at a regional championship. We had dinner together at one of the meetings and pairings meeting, and we just sitting there talking about Rayburn. And he said, since the water went down 12 feet, 12 feet at Rayburn, when it came back up, guys, I'm telling you, that was like a new body of water, and it didn't fish nothing like it did before.
But you know what?
And nobody still figure them out.
But if you remember, 7-8 years ago is when Caddo got down to the lowest that I had ever seen it. Yeah. I mean, it was bald out there. I mean, literally, there were people planting corn out there in parts of the lake.
Bottom, yeah.
And it took another 5 or 6 years after the water had come up without receding back to that point. And look where it's at right now. Yeah. I just think it's going to take a while for it to recover, but when it does, there's going to be a point in time where Rayburn will show out again.
Okay. Yeah. Mother Nature's way of rejuvenating a lake that has passed its prime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Now, you've been on Caddo a lot here lately, Mike, haven't you? I mean, fishing's as good there now as it is.
It is, and in December of last year, it was in the worst shape of any lake as far as the Sylvania.
Yeah,
and it's I won't say impossible, but you go up there and it's not that much.
Yeah, right now it's in good shape.
Very, very good shape.
Huh.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about Bistineau in the equation of all of this? I mean, there are some big fish that are coming out of Bistineau these days. I mean, does it figure into that double-digit arena?
No, and I don't think it's for lack of big fish. I think it's because there is so much structure. The thickets. If they had gone through with the possible plan of thinning the trees on Lake Bistineau, which I would have been in support of, wasn't in support of, if they had done that and cleared boat roads and ski runs and stuff through a lot of these thickets, we would have seen a boom in the amount of big fish caught on Bistineau.
Wow.
I think
fish unaccessible.
Absolutely, just like Red River was the first 5 or 6 years after it was inundated, and then all of a sudden we start seeing all these big fish. They didn't grow.
No,
they didn't grow.
You just got where you could catch them.
That's right. They're covered. They were on the outside of the cover instead of the inside.
Exactly.
So,
wow.
Okay, which one do you think for the double digit?
Well, one we didn't even talk about was Lake Fork. I mean, we didn't talk about Fork, and we've seen it, but now. That was with live bait too.
Now I'm going to tell you when it comes to Lake Fork, if I'm not in the boat with Johnny Geis, it's another lake.
Right.
If I'm in the boat with Johnny Geis,
it's paradise.
Game on.
Yeah, it's paradise.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I agree. I've been there.
but you know what? It's like, where would you get the bigger thrill? Going to Lake Fork, and I'm not knocking anything. Going to Lake Fork and catching an 8-pounder, or going to Cane River or Cross Lake or Lake River and catch an 8-pounder.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
now I'm going to tell you,
where you at?
For just for argument's sake, I'd much rather go catch a 20-pound stringer than I would catch one 9-pounder, and that was the only bite I had all day.
Nah, not me.
That's just me.
Yeah.
I'd rather go catch it. Now I don't want to go catch 100 2-pounders, but I'll trade that one 9-pound bite for 5 4-pound bites.
I would agree.
I'd
agree.
That's just me.
I like catching quality, but not necessarily double digit.
I don't have to catch a 10-pounder to have a great day.
No.
I don't have to, but that's what I go for.
Amen.
Yeah. That's why I went to Fork. I wanted to beat my record.
Yeah, which you did.
I did.
Yeah.
First fish.
Hey, we're going to talk to Keith Poche here in just a minute. We were supposed to have him last week, and for some reason, I think it's that newlywed-itis kind of got all over him. We're hopefully going to have him next. He's Elite Series Pro Keith Poche, who just got married. Got his new wife, Brandy. We'll talk to him, hooking up and tracking down 11:30, The Tiger.
Looking for a place to get away from it all? Look no further than Red River's Midway Marina in St. Maurice. Owners John and Kemp Nelson invite you to stop by for lunch or come in and rent one of several cabins for the weekend. RV hookups, and a nice boat ramp that leads to some of the best skiing and fishing on Red River. fully stocked bait and tackle store with gas pumps on and off the water. So book your next trip online, Midway Marina, stmaurice.com, or call 318-646-0097.
Rick Terrell here for Terrell Brothers Furniture in Natchez, where we've got 7-piece living room groups as low as $5.99. You heard right, 7-piece living room groups as low as $5.99. And we've got over 20 groups to choose from. So before you buy living room furniture anywhere, come to Terrell Brothers Furniture, 310 Texas Street in Natchitoches.
Did you notice some brands sending out trophies from 2006 at boat shows this year? Really? It's like wearing your high school letterman jacket to a job interview when you're 30. But if other brands are going to raise the issue of awards, no matter how old they may be, we're happy to join the conversation. When it comes to awards, Sea Ray is in a class all its own. Sea Ray is the most awarded boat brand ever. Bayou Outdoor Supercenter has yours waiting for you. Bayou Outdoor Supercenter is Louisiana's family-owned RV and marine dealer.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
The Natchez Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Victor Jones encourage all citizens to remember to be safe, buckle up, and remember, no texting.
You're hooking up and tracking down on 1130 The Tiger. This segment presented by Santone Lures, Natchitoches Power Sports, Bellevue Meat Processing, and the Red River Waterway. A great place to get away from it all. Now back to the guys who've touched so many lives, but not in a good way. Steve Graff, Gary McCoy, and Mike Eccles.
Guilty.
Yeah. Wow. If the good Lord comes, I mean, you and I, Steve, we're in here, we're in a cooped up room.
Yeah.
With Eccles.
Yeah.
And that lightning bolt, I'm just telling you.
Yeah. I'm sitting closer to him than you are.
I know. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to put a buffer.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
I see that.
Okay.
I'm your friend, right?
I do this because I hope maybe I'll just kind of get lost. Y'all come on in. I just kind of slip in with everybody else. I get lost in the crowd.
Hey, thank you for staying with us. 1130 The Tiger. It's hooking up and tracking down. Gary McCoy along with Mike Eccles and Steve Graff, the Ranger Pro Staffer, Daiwa Rod Pro Staffer. And one of the cool things we were just talking about
Mike's
a minute ago.
got a promo.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I get no respect.
Okay, I see that now. Okay.
Go ahead and take it away, Mike.
1, 2, 3. Some stores just don't have everything. You go to 5 different places to get what you need. But Nichols Department Store has everything from hunting to potpourri, work clothes to thumbtacks. It really is a one-stop for all, and all things a man or woman can want. Name brands like Carhartt, Remington, Winchester, Levi, and Wrangler. Hunting and fishing supplies that will make your next trip a successful one. With locations in Manny, Winfield, DeRidder, DeQuincy, Leesville, you're sure to find a store near you. That's Nichols Department Store, the only store you'll ever need. Thank you, Gary, for giving me a break.
Amen.
There you go.
He did good.
Well done, Mike.
I'm telling you.
He can read.
Nichols ought to be proud of you.
After a couple of weeks ago when I dropped my cough drop while I was trying to talk.
Hey, while we're waiting on Keith Poche to call in, we were just talking about a minute ago the best bass fishing lakes in northwest Louisiana and East Texas,
right,
in that area. And one of the things that occurred to me was you shoot a deer under high fence. It doesn't qualify for the national record books.
Right.
I mean, it could be, a new 400-inch deer.
Yeah, they consider them pen raised.
Right.
Yeah.
But how come if you were to catch, which has not happened, but essentially some of these California lakes that are only open to certain people that live in the area, they're not really public bodies of water.
And some of those lakes have fishing seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do those lakes, why would a fish qualify for the International Game Fish Records?
That's a good question.
I'm sorry, I was trying to send somebody.
You were doing something serious.
I actually was. Your question was, what about the lakes?
Deer
high fence don't go in the book.
But how come you can catch a fish from any body of water that will qualify for a game record?
I don't think. No, that's not true.
Okay.
Private ponds, a fish does not go in the book. I don't believe.
Okay.
For a world record, but not even a state record.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Huh.
But because if you remember a couple of years ago, there was a guy. I won't tell his last name, but it's the same as Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day comes next.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Caught a fish down and claimed to have caught it on Red River, and it was a record fish. And they found out later it came out of a private lake, so it was not a record. And he was,
DQ'd
charged with falsifying records and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure the stock ponds don't qualify for records.
Okay.
And somebody's going to call in and tell us that, whether I'm right or y'all are wrong.
One of the things that we found out last week, that a number of guys that dove hunt with me, one of the things that we found out last week, dove season this year going to start earlier than it normally does. Saturday, September the 6th, it will start 30 minutes before sunrise.
Right.
Instead of noon. We have never had dove season start until noon on opening day. Now, every other day, it reverted to the regular migratory game bird regulations.
Exactly.
But this year, brand new, we'll be able to start hunting them 30 minutes before sunrise. Yes, sir, Mike?
6:23. I wrote it down.
It will be the time.
Opening day of dove season, September the 6th, 6:23, you can start pulling the trigger. 30 minutes before sunrise.
This is a year I'll actually get to go on a dove hunt. We're always in Arkansas on opening weekend of dove season for our family Labor Day weekend trip. Well, this year dove season falls the first Saturday, which is the week after Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm excited I get to go hunt.
You looking for a place to go?
I'm looking for a place to go.
Come on.
I can go with you?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm there, brother.
Come on.
I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I always
bring
miss
your
it.
fishing rod.
That's the only thing I hate about that weekend is that it's always falling on that Labor Day weekend family trip. And
we're only going to have quail and bacon wrapped deer steak.
Well, I'm not even going to bring my gun in.
Yeah. Chris Locke's cooking.
I'll bring my fork.
You know Chris Locke.
Yeah.
He's cooking.
Okay,
so we'll be good to go.
Where's it at?
Ken to Sandra?
No. He's kin to Bubba.
Oh.
Hey, real quick. There's a Southern Conference Championship, high school fishing championship is coming to Shreveport. And again, I want to thank Kelly and them for bringing this in to Shreveport. They're the ones that are behind this. The Shreveport Sports Commission.
Yeah.
And anyway, Kelly and them have brought this in.
Kelly Wells,
and kudos to them. October 19th, it'll be on Red River. You have to qualify. Teams from Louisiana, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas, Arkansas, and Kansas. They will be here in the Shreveport-Bossier area October the 19th for this particular regional event. And Saturday, October the 18th is check-in from 5 to 6.
Where are they fishing?
Red River.
Okay.
Be going on Red River. So I'm excited about that. Takeoff will be at 7 a.m. Weigh-ins at 3 if you want to go out and watch these kids weigh in. It's going to be a great event.
Man, we got a full
it's
fall.
It's FLW-oriented.
We got a full fall this year because you think about it, next weekend, which we're going to talk to Marissa Diaz here at about 12:15 about the Sportsman's Expo. That's next weekend. And then I think Mike is looking for an open date somewhere in September. Yeah, you don't have a Saturday open, do you?
I don't have some days during the week open. I just realized next Wednesday, a week from today, September the 3rd, Quality Deer Management Banquet.
No. That's not a week from today.
No.
A week from today is August the 20th.
Yeah. We're 2 3 weeks away.
I got a break.
Yeah.
That's a couple of weeks off.
Okay. Anyway, scratch. September the 3rd.
Yeah.
Quality Deer Management Banquet, Riverview Hall.
Where's that?
It's the original convention center down on right next to Cyport on Clyde Fant Parkway in Shreveport.
Oh, okay.
Riverview Hall.
Okay.
Yeah,
right there.
Good facility, good place.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's on the east end of the convention center there.
Oh, okay.
Or would that be the north end rather? South end. South end. Yeah.
South
end.
I'm not going hunting.
If I go one more direction, I'll cover them all, baby.
Yeah. Oh, you know your compass, don't you? Anyway, the QDMA banquet, September the 3rd, Riverview Hall.
Great calls.
Great. Really is. Really
and then
good.
that Saturday, September the 6th, opening day of dove season.
Opening day of dove season. The next Saturday will be the 13th.
Yeah.
That will be opening day of I skipped something. October the 6th, opening day of dove season.
September
the 6th, opening day of dove season.
Right.
September the 7th will be the finals for the Ram Slam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the four. And I skipped the semifinals, which is this weekend.
Right.
This Sunday, semifinals, eight teams will be fighting it out on one of the 3 lakes that we have left.
Mm-hmm.
And folks, you're going to be able to watch all of this on KMSS. You'll get to see this.
They're going to film the semifinals this weekend and the finals September the 7th. Actually go out on the water to the 4 teams, follow them around, and then we're going to make a 30-minute show out of it. September the 7th. That's the next weekend, the 3rd weekend in September. Don't know the date. We just found out. We talked to Veronica Brown,
right, from the town of Greenwood.
Town of Greenwood. That's going to be the Greenwood Pioneer weekend, big festival down there, and they're going to have their I think it's a 3 fish limit. We're going to have a scramble tournament, 7 or 8 lakes that you can fish, and then the final weekend in September is the Cash Splash Championship on Cross Lake.
Boss.
Cash Splash.
Oh, that's the Thursday night deal.
Yes, that's the Thursday night deal, right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
They just had the TNT Championship on Cross Lake this past weekend, and my brother won it. He did. Claude and Cody Brazell won it. Won a Crestliner boat and had almost 26 pounds. 2 fish over.
Wow.
2 fish over 7.
Yeah.
Tim Robbins and Steve Robbins, 21 pounds.
Now, Claude's kind of a novice, isn't he? He's not.
Yeah.
This was his first tournament.
Yeah. That's what.
Todd Jackson, and I'm not sure what Todd was fishing with Colby, had 20 pounds, 290. Yeah, just what you're saying.
I mean, think about
Unbelievable.
it.
August
In
on
August.
Cross Lake, you get 20 pounds and you're 3rd.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I was watching the boys practice football yesterday. Houghton started full pads football practice Monday, I guess it was. And they're not even sweating.
Yeah.
They're not even sweating.
Well, see, these football players.
It used to be
today, 119.
When you walked up to football practice, it was like, welcome to the sun.
Your underwear was already wet before you got to the field house.
That's because Eccles walked by the cheerleaders.
I was going somewhere else.
I'm a football player.
Now I forgot where I was going. I was going somewhere with this.
You were completely clean right there with me, and Eccles was Eccles.
Now I lost it.
He's worried about that tendon.
Oh, jeez.
I may have some bad damage.
But you're talking about Cross Lake and
He's Dane Bramage.
You're talking about 20-pound bags on Cross. I remember when the Reese All-City Championship was in August.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen 4.2 pounds on a team deal make the top 20 for the final 20 cut. I mean, it's just insane how good.
You know, Keith Poche did not call in. I'm gonna peg.
Okay.
Did not call in for the 2nd time in a row. That puts him in the same category as Cy Roberts.
Amen.
That's right. That's right.
We're going to have these wanted posters.
We're going to have a wall of fame.
Wall of shame.
Wall of shame, yeah.
Stay close. Pat Stinson from Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries is going to be on here in just a minute. He's got the 2004 duck count, 2014 duck count. No, the 2004. It's old information. But
This year.
Yeah.
Whatever this year is.
Look it up and track it down, 11:30 The Tiger.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
Toledo Fiberglass specializes in fiberglass restoration, offering fiberglass repair on all major brands of ski and bass boats. Al Drew and his staff will get you back on the water where you belong. Everything from metal flake scratches to recarpeting, Toledo Fiberglass can fix it. It's also home of the Gorilla Hull and the headquarters of the Minn Kota Talon Shallow Water Anchor System. So the next time you need fiberglass repairs or restoration, go see Toledo Fiberglass just off the Texas Highway or call 800-554-5452.
You're watching KNTS Digital 19 in Natchitoches, Louisiana.
You've heard the old saying, good things come to those who wait. Well, Natchitoches, the wait is over. John Abraham has just opened the best hunting and fishing store in Natchitoches. Cypress Knee Outdoors, located on Highway 6 west off I-49, has everything a hunter and fisherman could want. Top name brands Zoom, Santone, Pelican, V&M, and the new Uzo baits, as well as hunting brands like Primos, Duck Commander, Hoyt, and Federal. So don't drive to Shreveport Ellick anymore. Go see the guys at Cypress Knee Outdoors or call them at 238-HUNT.
Legendary quality. At Ranger, it's an unparalleled commitment to incredible strength. With the industry's only full-truted transom, we don't rely on the upper deck to support the transom and motor. It's a difference so strong, we sliced off this rear deck to show its independence from the transom. From total performance to your peace of mind. Cut open the whole story at rangerstrong.com.
We love it. It's exciting.
Esto es vida. We wear it to be safe.
We're teaching our kids about safe boating.
We all love this life.
Wear it and love the life. This message brought to you by the National Safe Boating Council.
Too hot in the summer, too cold in the winter, and your heating and air conditioning system is burning holes in your paycheck? You need to call Luke at Guy Heating and Air. Welcome to the Natchitoches Shooting Range, where you can participate in many exciting activities, such as trap, skeet, 5-stand, sporting clays, cowboy action shoots, and many others. Individual memberships and family memberships are available, but the public is welcome. Come enjoy yourself at the Natchitoches Shooting Range on Tawson Island Road, just before the Grand Ecore Bridge.
Once again, here are the three legends of talk radio. Yeah, right. Steve Gary and Mike.
Hey, thank you for hanging out with us. It's Hooking Up and Tracking Down, 1130 The Tiger. This segment brought to you by the Preference, Spro Lures, BioBore Fuel Treatment, and Daiwa Rods and Reels. And before we get on the phone with Pat Stinson from Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, I just remembered something that I wanted to congratulate. One of our really good friends in the outdoors, whether it's hunting and fishing, Judge Cecil Campbell, retired Bossier Webster Judge Cecil Campbell, recently inducted into the Dixie Boys and Girls Baseball Hall of Fame. He's been involved with that for years and years and years and years, and they just put him in the Hall of Fame. And Dixie Baseball,
Dixie Youth, okay.
Yeah, Dixie Youth
Cool.
Sports. And let me tell you right now, Judge Campbell just not only an advocate for all of the hunters' rights in the area, but just a good man all the way around. And I wanted to
Auctioneer.
Auctioneer.
Oh, really?
Donates a lot of his time for different auctions and different functions, and stuff like that. I just think the world of him, and I used to hunt with him in Rocky Mount, and wanted to recognize him.
Also want to mention, first off, I don't think Pat Stinson's with Wildlife and Fisheries. He's a refuge manager, but he may be. But, Val Dooley, Sheriff Bossier Parish, passed away
yesterday. Yeah.
So our hearts go out to Steve and Mike, both on Shreveport and Bossier Fire Department.
You bet.
Know them both, and we're thinking of you guys. So,
amen.
Pat Stinson, we've got Pat on the line. Pat, you there?
I'm here.
Pat is the refuge manager of the Red River Refuge, which is on Teague Parkway, just south of the Sammy Davis Bridge down there in Bossier City, and is also a lake that I just found out named, correct, Caroline Lake?
It's Lake Caroline.
Pat, how do I get a key to that gate?
As long as you're here during the day, you're good.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, that's been open for only how long now?
I guess we really just opened the gate this past February.
Mm-hmm.
Now, exactly where is that located?
It's on the southern end of the new addition of the Teague Parkway.
Just below.
I'm not.
Just below a mile below where Reeves Marine used to be.
Okay. Now I'm with you. I'm with you. All right.
Cool. So we're open. The lake's open. We close it in June and July where we're trying to ban wood ducks, and then we close it during the duck season.
How big a lake is it?
About 90 acres.
Good fishing?
It's pretty much the oxbow directly across from Seabickham Dixon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is there access to that, or is it landlocked away from the river?
It is landlocked.
Okay.
River's got to get up to about 28 feet, and even when it does that, you'd have to have a chainsaw.
You know, the last time it got up to 28 feet, I remember, was when there was flooding in the streets on Clyde Fant Parkway. Remember that? Harrah's was the first boat in downtown Shreveport, and it was like brand new back then. There was water or maybe it hadn't even been built yet, and there was water all over. It got up high.
I don't know. Hey, Pat, give us the national numbers first and what we can look forward to this year in the waterfowl world, and then I want to get into what you're doing out there as far as the wood duck manding and count.
Okay. This year, the total population is 49 million. It's about 8% up from last year, and it's still about 43% above the long-term average, and that's the average from the 1950s to now.
So they're going to add 43% to our limit this year, right? He's just laughing. That's a serious question.
Gary wasn't kidding.
They did add 50% last year and this year with the teal season.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the limit this year with teal?
6, as far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 6, right.
Okay.
Has been 4 since forever.
And guys, they had a plus 69 and 75% increase on green wing and blue wing teal for this coming year.
Yep.
That's
I believe that because there wasn't any killed here last year.
Oh, they all got out of here before.
Blue wings or green wings?
The teal season in our area, as far as I'm concerned, was the worst I had ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah,
and it was really bad in Arkansas, but they I guess they picked up everybody's slack on the coast because even last year they killed. I guess total for the state was about 320 during the early season, 320,000.
Yeah.
And the year before was about 400,000.
Now, Pat, let's talk about that real quick because this summer already we've had 2 cool fronts already come through. Is that going to affect the teal? Are the teal already coming down already? Are we going to miss that early hunt again?
It's always possible, but of course we are seeing a few teal coming through now, and it's just pretty much the males just getting an early jump on heading south.
See, and Pat told me that the other day. He said we've already got some teal showing up. He said they're the mature males, and I explained that, and he went on to say that when the male duck gets through with his business, just like a lot of adios.
A lot of males.
He's got a lot of guys. They migrate first, then the mature females. Is that correct, Pat?
Well, the females, she's still going to stick around with her brood till till they're good and flying and can get along. So we'll start seeing the females and the juveniles start coming along when they're ready.
How far north are these teal coming from? Are they scattered all along through the Midwest, or are they all the way up to Canada? And how far up?
Yeah, they're going to be in all the prairies from the Midwest up into Saskatchewan and Manitoba.
Okay. Hey,
but they don't hit the parklands. I mean, most of the green-winged teal will nest north of there.
Do we have any resident teal? Do any teal just stick around down here?
We'll get a few. I know we've got a couple on the refuge, and I think there's been a few documented nesting, but most of the ones we get something's wrong with them.
Oh.
Can't make that trip.
Hey, fly by my blind.
They done got old.
Hey, okay. What other species the duck do we have an increase in besides the teal?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All the numbers were similar to last year. So
except
even
the pintail.
Even though the green-winged teal and blue-winged teal, they're 70%, 75% above the long-term average. The numbers are about the same as last year. Widgeon we're up about 18%, and that's about the only one that's kind of up.
Really? I love Widgeons.
Pat, I'm hearing a lot of people talking about the pintails and the decline in numbers, and once again, they're declining again, 20% down. Is there a reason for that with the pintail?
Well, I think it's just, they're a little more particular, and their nest sites there in the prairie, they're all prairie nesting ducks, and they've just been struggling. They're at 3.2 million, and they're still 20% below the long-term average.
Now, with all these increases in duck numbers, I would think the nesting areas are just getting overrun. I mean, is that part of the problem of the pintail?
Well, I think some of it is even though the water on the landscape is good, I mean, you still got with commodity prices the way they are. Not that I'm gonna frown on agriculture, but when stuff's getting plowed right down to the water edge, there ain't a whole lot of places to nest.
Mm-hmm.
So then you throw in, well, all these ducks are congregated in one particular spot, and you got predators and everything else that goes along with that.
Okay, Pat, tell us, you're doing wood duck trapping and banding out there. Where else does that take place, and what's the results of it? What are you doing that for?
That pretty much takes place nationwide, and it's pretty important not only to the Fish and Wildlife Service, but to all those states as well, and that's the reason there's another third bird in the bag. Because
y'all are helping the nesting and the reproduction, or because of the banding procedure is showing that we have enough that you can kill 3 now? That's right. It's just the documentation of that. It's really the only way that we have to monitor the wood duck population. Of course, they're wood ducks, so they're kind of hard to count. Okay, y'all shut Lake Caroline down for almost 2 months to do this. What's the procedure, and why do you have to shut the lake down? We just do that for disturbance-wise, because we don't want the ducks. Of course, we're baiting ducks, so we don't want people in here chasing our ducks off our bait.
Now you're talking Mike language.
Y'all got a good spotlight.
Even though, it sounds good, and
using
baiting's good, sometimes they're still hard to catch.
Yellow acorn.
How do you catch them?
We shoot a rocket net over.
Okay. If y'all need,
Jimmy Watson did an article in yesterday's Times, so there's at least one picture of the girls getting some birds out of nest.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Check that out.
Can I come out there and set a blind up on Lake Caroline? No, serious.
You want to take some pictures?
No. I mean, can I come out there and go duck hunting?
No.
That's what I thought.
Those during duck season. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
and this is really the only portion of the refuge. We manage about 16,000 acres, and we've just got about 650 acres here, but 75% of this refuge is open to hunting. So.
But can you come out and fish?
Yes.
So you can launch. You have a boat ramp?
Not during duck season, but any other time you can.
Okay. Do you have a boat ramp?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Real nice ramp.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Parking lot.
All right, Pat, question for you. Any rules and regulations that we need to know about if we were going to come up there and go fishing? I mean, is there a rule against outboards, anything along those lines?
There is. We don't penalize you for having an outboard. We just won't let you use it.
Right.
So, trolling motors only.
Like being married.
There you go.
There you got one. You just not going to use it.
All right, go ahead, Pat.
Might as well drop it off in the lake there.
I got a trivia question for y'all. How many coots were killed in the U.S. last year?
Not nearly enough.
I tell you that, brother. That and water turkeys, not enough.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh gosh, Pat, make it a multiple choice.
Let's see, 500,000, 250, or 100.
Probably 100.
Yeah.
250.
250,000.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how many in Louisiana.
250,000.
Close to 150,000.
Was that a mistaken identity?
No, that's Cajuns making dirty rice, baby.
Yeah, that's probably right.
They tell me they take the gizzard out of them and cut it up and put it into dirty rice.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what I've always heard.
We'll do an oyster gumbo.
Amen.
Pretty much all gizzards.
Oh, but no. I didn't know that.
So tell me, with some of the numbers that I'm seeing here, like the smiling mallard, the northern shoveler, I mean, we're talking about, 114% over the long-term average there.
Yep.
Do you project that there could be some types of change to creel limits per species in days to come?
I'm guessing not.
Okay.
You talking about like going to a point system or something?
Yeah, like we used to have a long time ago.
I hadn't heard of that in
Okay.
the rumor mill.
Okay.
So I'm not looking at the paperwork, but you're saying that the shoveler, the spoonbill, is up so much?
Yeah, it's big
Well,
time up.
The numbers are similar to last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're just up because we've been in an extremely wet period. Almost the past 10, 15 years in the prairies, and so those numbers are up over that long-term average from 60 years.
But the reason that the shoveler numbers are up, honestly, I think, is the fact that all our other waterfowl hunting has been relatively good. And when that happens, people
don't shoot them.
Don't shoot them. That's right. You know, I mean, you know, I'll shoot one in the heartbeat on Bistineau because I'm probably not going to kill 5 other good ducks.
Yeah. Right.
Day to day.
Yeah.
But when I go to Arkansas, you know, we spoonbill, don't shoot.
Yeah.
You know, because we're pretty sure we're going to kill 6 good ducks.
You don't have blackjacks on here anywhere.
That's ringnecks and stuff. They're not in there.
Yeah, I don't see that.
They don't call them blackjacks.
Really?
They're ringnecks.
Yeah.
Ringnecks. Okay.
I have to look in there.
Bluebills,
There
ringnecks.
should be a number in there somewhere.
Yeah. I just always call them blackjack.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I did pull the harvest data too. If you want to visit about that, we can.
How were we last year in regards to the previous years?
All right. So last year in Louisiana, the total harvest was 2.7 million. No, take that back. It was 2.7 the year before, and last year was 2.4.
So we were down as far as harvest went last year.
That's correct.
And we had a pretty good season. I'm wondering if that reduction could be because the majority of that's factoring in the teal. Majority of the state had a pretty poor teal season.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah.
But all right, so what's your guess on number one species harvested in the state?
Goose.
The number one species?
Yep.
Well, if you hadn't said that, now I want to say teal just because I think you're tricking me. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Blue wings number one, about 630,000. What's number 2?
Mallard.
Gadwalls.
Gadwall. You are correct.
Wow. Look at you go, Mike.
Yep.
Number 3?
Wood ducks.
Green wing teal.
Okay.
Gadwall about 480,000. Green wing teal 430. You go to wood ducks, it's 160,000.
Okay.
Followed by mallards, 130,000.
Now, the mallard population is not coming down as far as it used to, is it?
I don't think, for the most part, we're seeing that with a lot of different species, not just mallards. So, yeah, they are. They are stopping further north.
We're going to have to extend the Mason-Dixon line a little further north.
Hey, Pat, thank you, man.
Hey, we appreciate your time, buddy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was great. Good stuff.
Hey, and tell everybody to check us out on Facebook and our website. We will have some youth lottery hunts. We're going to have 6 different youth lottery hunts on the refuge, and we'll have all that up next month.
Pat, how are we going to be able to find you on Facebook?
That's a good question. Google Red River. Red River National Wildlife Refuge.
Okay, Red River National Wildlife Refuge.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Pat Stinson, thank you.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Hey, man, we appreciate what you're doing there.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Sir. All right.
We got to go in there and go fishing one day.
No, man, I'm ready.
We got to test that out. I'll bet you could go in there right now because I saw a bunch of lily pads stacked up in there. What? Eccles rolling his eyes.
No, I mean,
you just don't want to fish with me.
No, I don't want you going out there. It's not spot.
He wants to use. He wants to use his big motor. He never gets
He's
to use.
upset about it. Okay. Marissa Diaz of our very own Town Square Media is supposed to be on the phone with us here in just a minute. She's going to preview next weekend's Sportsman's Expo. Stay close. We'll tell you everything that you'll be able to see and do. That's up next. Hooking Up and Tracking Down, 11:30. The Tiger.
The Natchez Parish Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Victor Jones encourage all citizens to remember to be safe, buckle up, and remember, no texting.
Some things just stay the same, but not Toledo Town and Tackle. Still the best selection of tackle on the bin. Zoom dive with Gene LaRue and Sam Tone. Now double the size of the original store, you have twice as much to choose from. With a new deli serving the best hamburgers, pizza, and soft drinks, you'll find something that's sure to fill your belly. They also have a great selection of tees and polo-style shirts. So stop in and treat yourself to the best tackle box on the bin. Toledo Town and Tackle on beautiful Toledo Bend Lake. Looking for a place to get away from it all? Look no further than Red River's Midway Marina in St. Maurice. Owners John and Kemp Nelson invite you to stop by for lunch or come in and rent one of several cabins for the weekend. RV hookups and a nice boat ramp that leads to some of the best skiing and fishing on Red River. Fully stocked bait and tackle store with gas pumps on and off the water. So book your next trip online, midwaymarinastmaurice.com or call 318-646-0097.
Hello everybody, Ranger Pro Staffer Steve Graff with the Hooking Up and Tracking Down Show. Folks, there's nothing I love more than my Rhino. I've had 3-wheelers, I've had 4-wheelers, but if you want the best of the best, you need to get you a Rhino 700 from Honda Yamaha Village right here in Natchitoches. My Rhino does more than take me to and from the deer stand. It is a great utility vehicle around your house. You can use it for all kinds of stuff, including yard work. I've got it loaded down right here. But one of the best features of the Rhino, it's got a dump bed right in the back of it. So go see the guys at Honda Yamaha Village of Natchitoches, Chip, Layton, and the gang over there, and let them show you the new Yamaha 700 series from Honda Yamaha Village right here in Natchitoches.
When I go shopping, I want camo, fishing tackle, guns, hunting gear, work clothes.
And when I go shopping, I want home decor, gifts, children's and baby clothes.
Fortunately, we can both get exactly what we need at the same place, Nichols.
All the name brands you can find in the big city without driving to the big city and paying big city prices.
Nichols, keeping folks happy since 1914.
Hooking Up and Tracking Down is on 1130 The Tiger. This segment presented by Cypress Knee Outdoors, Mr. Twister, and Vicious Fishing Line. Get vicious with the fishes. Speaking of vicious, here's Gary McCoy, Mike Eccles, and Steve Graff.
Hey, thanks for spending the afternoon with us. I'm Gary McCoy, the Ranger Pro Staffer Steve Graff in here, along with Mike Eccles, Waterbug. Mike Eccles. If you want to talk to him, just holler, 320-1130. Sportsman's Expo going to crank up not this weekend, but next Friday, August the 22nd. It'll run through Sunday, August the 24th. And we're going to be back downtown Shreveport at the Convention Center. And we have got a ton of things going on, not the least of which is going to be a huge archery tournament. And Town Square Media's Marissa Diaz on the phone with us right now. Hey, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
Are you watching Emmett Smith right now?
He's not on stage yet, but yes, he's coming on stage pretty soon.
She was going to bring her good-looking self in here with us. We were going to get to kick Eccles out for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And Emmett Smith comes to town, and oh no,
I got a back seat to Emmett.
See how this works?
You mean I lost out to a basketball player?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
God.
Okay, Sportsman's Expo next weekend, girl. Are you pumped or what?
We are so excited. It's going to be a good turnout. We've got tons of things going on, but yeah, we're pumped.
What are you thinking about the archery tournament? Is that just going to be on Saturday, or do you qualify all 3 days? How's that work?
It's all 3 days.
Okay.
You can apply now, register now, and then it's all 3 days of shooting. So it's going to be fun.
And you put some cash money on the barrelhead for that, didn't you?
Yes, it's 100% payout. So whatever people pay in is going to go right back out, and then we're actually matching some dollars to that. And there's some great door prizes as well that's going to be attached to that. So.
Now, I'm probably going to ask you a question that you don't know the answer to, because you've put on how many archery tournaments in your life?
Okay, like 0.
Yeah. One of the questions, and you might or might not know the answer, I promised somebody that I would ask, is it a known distance tournament or unknown distance tournament?
Oh, no, I think it's known because the setup they had last year, it's the same people that are doing it. On the targets, it actually will show you what the distance is.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a big question. People want to know, okay, are you going to know that? All right, now, other things that we're going to have to look forward to this year, along with the archery tournament, is the Doremus family from the Cajun Pawn Stars. That's Eccles' favorite show.
Oh, well, very good. You get to meet Mr. Doremus.
I thought my family. You said the deranged family was coming up. That's the Eccles.
All right, now you're going to be
unavailable.
Yeah, we're going to be able to bring stuff up there, and they'll appraise it for us.
Yes, and if they think that it's super awesome and cool, they're going to actually try to buy it from you. So any unique item that anybody wants to bring. They'll look at it, they'll appraise it, and if they think it's cool, they'll buy it from you.
Okay. Now, what about as far as the hours of the show? You're going to open up on Friday the 22nd. What it'll be, like 5 o'clock or so?
4 to 8.
4 to 8. And then Saturday?
10 to 7.
Okay. And then on Sunday?
Sunday, 11 to 5.
Give us an idea, because, this is about the 118th year that we've put this on?
It's the 4th year.
Okay. What's a good idea? Give us a little walk around the room with us, if you will. What are some of the vendors going to be this year?
So you're going to have everything and anything for the outdoors, man and woman or kids. It's a family fun event. We'll have stuff there for the kids, like bouncies. We're going to have everything from duck calls to ATVs to boats to waders to special dips. Our target really this year was everything and anything that we could do outdoors. So hunting, fishing, camping, kayaking, boating, basically anything and everything. So you can actually expect a lot of stuff. We've got entertainment there from Fetch and Fish, like you said, Cajun Pawn Stars. So we're going to have OTPers there. We're going to have the snake eyes there. We're going to have some bouncies, and we'll have some duck calls going on. Bert Jones is going to be there on Saturday from 1 until 3, so that'll be a good time to come and ask him some questions. He used to play for the Colts because I'm such the NFL, expert, but I'm not. He's a really nice man. So there's going to be a lot of things that are going on, and I welcome everybody to come down to the Convention Center.
We want to get Bert Jones on the show.
Well, we're going to be there. We might as well set it up while he's there.
Set it up while we're there.
Yeah.
I'll introduce myself to him. We'll get him.
He'll be there on Saturday from 1 to 3.
1 to 3 Saturday.
Yeah. Now, what about outdoor improvement type companies? I mean, I know one year I saw a gutter guard company was there, a window company, stuff like that. Still, Marissa?
Like outfitters, you're saying?
No, not necessarily outfitters.
He's talking about,
home improvement type stuff.
Oh, home improvement. I don't know if there's going to be some home improvement stuff there. I'm going to have to go back and look at the vendor list.
Okay.
Because most people that hunt and fish, most guys hunt and fish,
they're looking to improve their house.
Their house has got run down. They need somebody to fix the roof or.
Okay, now the rumor mill is that you're giving away a year's worth of free gas to somebody.
Yes, we are, and you can actually register on site. You can either go on the website or you can register on site at the Sportsman's Expo. But yes, we are giving away 1 year of free gas.
That's like a tank of gas a week.
I get that from Jimmy V's.
Yeah, that is from Lot Oil Company. Okay, now give me some other highlights. I mean, as far as demonstration speakers and things like that. I mean, have we covered the full gamut of that already?
Well, we've got Bert Jones on Saturday from 1 to 3. We've got OT Fears. I'll be there the whole entire weekend. You guys can come and talk and tell us your expertise on hunting and fishing if you guys want to.
That would be a short seminar.
We can tell you about tendons in your hand.
Yeah, how to remove hooks.
Yeah.
We have some other things in mind. We're just waiting for confirmation, so I can't really tell you them. But we are looking for some other stuff to, seminar type of stuff.
Okay. Where do I can go to any one of the station's websites and and get info on this, or is there a special website that if I just Googled Sportsman's Expo I'd get that?
You can go to MicahsCountry937.com, which is our the main hub of that, or you can go to SBCSportsman'sExpo.com. SBCSportsman'sExpo.com. Cool. Yes.
Okay, now tell me, as far as the regular run of things, is there anything that that would be for the ladies particularly?
I mean, we've got
us.
Yeah, you guys will be main attraction. And we've got apparel stuff like hunting, and they've got like pink camo on them and pink waders and that kind of stuff. So we are doing stuff not only for men but for women and for kids.
Okay.
So particularly for women, I mean, we've got some vendors that are just sell women kind of stuff.
What about food?
We do. We have some sampling that are going to be going on. We've got Wild Thing Custom Meats, which they've got everything from alligator to buffalo. They've got some really cool stuff. We've got a beef jerky guy come in. We've got some dip people come in.
What about Tony's?
That's like who?
Tony's Sassery.
Tony's is not coming. They were previously booked.
Oh.
Now you're going to make the snake guy stay over in a corner, right?
Yes, he's going to be in the corner.
Okay. Have you ever noticed though when he's there? Have you ever been around that pit where he's got all those rattlesnakes?
No, I'm going this time.
I'm just telling you, those they stink.
Yeah.
They've got an odor about them, and this guy he's been bit like 1,000 times, and he's got a yellow snake. Do you see that yellow snake? He walks around. This thing's like 487 miles long.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And it's as big around as your calf. and he walks around the room with that thing, and I'm telling you, it's like Moses parting the Red Sea, the way he can part people. I mean, he just starts walking around, and he's like saying, "Excuse me, I'm sick," and I mean, people to just get out of your way.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
so
true.
if you want to go to the front of the line at a vendor booth,
just have the big yellow snake
go with you.
He comes by me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my concealed carry permit.
Marissa, thank you, baby girl.
Sure. Thanks, guys.
Marissa Diaz, right here from Town Square Media. She handles all the events and everything, and of course,
are we gonna have a booth?
Yes, if you want a booth, we're gonna have a booth.
I need to ask Marissa.
Marissa, handle that. Yeah,
Okay.
you should probably do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially now, since it's
next weekend. Yeah. Nothing like getting early start on things.
Yeah. Well, I just assumed that we would have a booth.
Yeah.
We've always had one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be giving away free stuff there, aren't we?
We might.
Yeah. That's the Sportsman's Expo next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, downtown Shreveport at the Shreveport Convention Center. If you got any questions, like she said, just go to the website, MikeKissCountry937.com, or you can go to 1130thetiger.com.
Yeah.
And we'll try to get some info on that if we're going to have our booth on our website, HUTD.net. That's hookuptrackdown.net. Also on the Facebook page, which is Hooking Up and Track It Down. So Hooking Up and Track It Down, 1130, The Tiger.
The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more.
Toledo Fiberglass specializes in fiberglass restoration, offering fiberglass repair on all major brands of ski and bass boats. Al Drew and his staff will get you back on the water where you belong. Everything from metal flake scratches to recarpeting, Toledo Fiberglass can fix it. It's also home of the Gorilla Hull and the headquarters of the Minn Kota Talon Shallow Water Anchor System. So the next time you need fiberglass repairs or restoration, go see Toledo Fiberglass just off the Texas Highway or call 800-554-5452. Some things just stay the same, but not Toledo Town and Tackle. Still the best selection of tackle on the bend. Zoom, dive with Gene LaRue and Santone. Now double the size of the original store, you have twice as much to choose from. With a new deli serving the best hamburgers, pizza, and soft drinks, you'll find something that's sure to fill your belly. They also have a great selection of tees and polo-style shirts. So stop in and treat yourself to the best tackle box on the bend. Toledo Town and Tackle on beautiful Toledo Bend Lake.
Rick Terrell here for Terrell Brothers Furniture in Natchez, where we've got 7-piece living room groups as low as $5.99. You heard right, 7-piece living room groups as low as $5.99. And we've got over 20 groups to choose from. So before you buy living room furniture anywhere, come to Terrell Brothers Furniture, 310 Texas Street in Natchitoches.
Here's your Mr. Twister Best Times to Fish starting this Friday, August the 15th. Folks, we're coming off a full moon, but the fishing should still be pretty good early and late. Friday, 3:33 a.m. till 6:33 a.m. On Saturday, 4:25 a.m. till 7:25 a.m. And Sunday, 5:16 a.m. till 8:16 that morning. Stay safe. Make sure to wear your life jacket. This has been your Mr. Twister Best Times to Fish. Catch more fish more often.
This is 1130 The Tiger, and you're hooking up and tracking down. This segment presented by Natchitoches Ford Lincoln, the Shreveport Sports Commission, and Gamakatsu Hooks, the best hook you'll ever use. Now back to the boys who one day hope to not have to ask their wives for permission to go hunting or fishing. Steve, Gary, and Mike.
Who writes this? Do you write this?
Pretty good at it.
You, my boy, are a girl.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, all you gotta do is look at his socks, and you know he's a girl.
Graph no shows.
I'm Gary McCoy, the Ranger Pro Staffer, little girl Graph, and the old water bug Mike Eccles in here. Okay, we're getting ready for dove season. Thanks again to Marissa Diaz for coming on the show last little bit. Again, any questions you got about the Sportsman's Expo, just go to sbcsportsmansexpo.com, and we'll get some info on that on our website, hutd.net.
Yes.
All right, dove season. What do you predict? Good year, bad year? Because you never really know till the
that day.
of.
Yeah, that day.
I would not I would not bet a nickel one way or the other.
There's a lot of birds down
A lot of
right
birds
now.
are showing up.
Yeah.
It's we see it every year. Something happens. We get a big wind. We get a thunderstorm. They leave. Like I told you the other day, I'm always where they left from. I've never been where they were blown into.
Yeah.
And it's not because that explains it. It's not because they don't like the weather. It's not because of the cold front they're afraid of it. 'Cause we kill doves a lot of times during duck season in the snow.
Oh yeah.
But if they use these fronts, these winds, as an opportunity to tailwinds, it's just easier to move from one area to another.
Right.
But I would not bet until noon Saturday whether it's going to be a good day or not.
Well, actually, you can start early this year.
I know.
So,
I'm going to bet after I shoot.
And again, guys, these early cool fronts that's already come through this summer, I'm sure has already pushed some birds down.
Yeah.
So
And
we got a month to go.
Right. And that could very well be why we're seeing some birds now that are just coming in because of some of the fronts that have pushed through at this point. But if I were a betting man, I'm betting because agriculture has been so good this year. I'm betting we have a pretty decent year. Barring a really tremendous cold front that comes in right before it.
Maybe we'll get a hurricane, push them back up.
6:23.
6:23.
6:23.
Saturday morning, September the 6th.
I've looked ahead. I don't want anybody not to double check that the day before you go hunting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you imagine telling the game warden? Well, Mike Eccles said.
Eccles said on hooking up, tracking down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
this will be the first year that we've gotten to do that, which is going to be kind of weird because dove season opening day is a tradition for most of us. I mean, there's several of us that hunt together and have been hunting together for years and years and years, and we always have the big lunch and everything, and we sit around and shoot the bull for a while. And generally, even though season opened at noon, we don't really start seeing birds until a little bit after 3. Well, at daylight that morning, there'll be birds flying around.
Yeah.
Now they're going to take a break, which is what we do. It's all about eating and
it's a social hunt.
Sure.
Do y'all have water on your place?
Yeah.
Got water? Good.
Yeah.
That's where I want to.
We got 4 ponds.
Cool.
How about that?
Yeah.
Hey, Gary Wayne Brummett's got it, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, listen, 10 things you're going to need for dove season this year. And I'm sure that there's a long list of things that have gotten left off this list, but these are probably 10 of the most important.
Probably are. Some of them I kind of combined into, like, number 1, sunscreen, protective clothing, and a good quality hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, whether you're a girl or a guy,
yeah,
you got to have a hat. You need good protective clothing.
Yeah.
Because, guy with Eccles skin tone, he can get burnt pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, number 2.
He's so fair complected.
Number 2, bucket with swivel seat or stool. Hey, I love my swivel seat bucket now. I got to have that.
Now, see, I've got one of those. I've got one of those buckets that you can throw the doves in. It's got the swivel thing on the front. And I cannot shoot. And I don't know, maybe you can explain this, Mike. I cannot shoot worth a toot sitting down.
I'll stand up. But
I cannot. I can't hit a duck 10 feet away if I'm sitting down. Why?
I don't know. And majority of people that I know bow hunt shoot sitting down.
Yeah.
I couldn't fall out of the tree and hit the ground.
Now, see, I can shoot a bow sitting down.
Not me.
But I cannot shoot a shotgun to save my life from a sitting position.
I don't do it. I've always just stood up to shoot.
It probably has to do with, and it's very important in wing shooting and skeet
Follow
shooting.
through.
Stability?
No, your stance. To where you lean forward
lean into
your front foot,
right,
which it keeps you from being off balance your second shot.
Okay, now this is off the list, but I'm going to ask you this: when you are bird hunting, do you close either of your eyes, or do you just throw up, point, shoot, and follow through?
I leave both eyes open.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And there's some guys that do what's called a snapshot. They actually do a snap shooting technique.
Randy Smith's one of those. Yeah.
I had a guy I hunted with.
He's one of the best bird hunters I ever saw. I mean, Randy just does not miss when he can't shoot a rifle to save his life with a scope on it.
I didn't know Randy was a shot.
Oh, and let me tell you what, his son Clay.
I knew he would probably claim all of them, but I didn't know he actually killed them.
His son Clay used to work at the Shreveport Gun Club, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if Clay Smith is in that in a contest, in a clay pigeon contest of sporting clays, that boy is awesome.
I've heard 2 guys that are really handy with a gun. Both of them are really good fishermen. Jeff Pate.
Yeah.
Is they say a sharpshooter with a shotgun.
I bet.
And Gary Bedgood. Gary's another one they said was really good.
Number 3 on the list: small cooler with water and ice.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have that. Gotta have something, you know, keep hydrated a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how hot it is, I guess. You know, if it's in the hundreds, you need some water out there.
Yeah.
You're gonna need some water.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I'd paid more attention to this list.
There's a lot on here to make fun of.
This is
your hunting license
ridiculous.
is number 4.
Well,
Your hunting,
hey, you definitely don't want to get caught. That's your hunting license.
well, you're right. You're right. The one thing that you did, the one thing you didn't put on here. Oh, yes, you did. There it is, number 9. I'm sorry. Okay, Thermacell bug spray. Yes, amen. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, if you're doing anything outdoors right now, especially because this year we are seeing more cases of West Nile than we have in a long time. We've had more water.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
Hey, we've had our second death now from West Nile.
In
Northwest Louisiana. I want to say we've had 16 cases reported of late. Hey, if you're doing anything, you got kids that are practicing football, you've got kids playing, whatever, you need to buy a Thermacell, if for no other reason, just protection. I'm telling you, it's the greatest invention that ever was.
Gary, and that goes back to what you said in the first hour about number of people actually fishing right now because of the weather.
Yeah.
People are outdoors right now because the weather's been so pleasant to be outside.
Yeah.
So that explains why the numbers may be up.
Well, I'm just telling you, if you don't have a Thermacell, you need to get one. If you've never used one, it's the easiest thing in the world. You open the box, you read the directions on it one time, you'll never forget.
Right. Number 6 is just something I put out there. Minimum of 2 boxes of shells, 7.5 or 8s.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I shoot.
Sure.
Mike shoots 4s.
Now, we found out last week he shoots whatever steel shot is left over from last year.
Number 4, number 2.
God love him.
Number 6. Mike's putting his own list together.
I am.
This is a family program now, Mike. Don't forget that.
Somebody or a dog to retrieve your birds?
Yeah, you got to have something to go get them, man. Either your dog or your child, your kid, whatever. Hey, that means
you can't just go get your own.
No, now I'm getting old.
Okay.
10 years ago, I wouldn't have worried about that.
Dove decoys.
Yeah, do you use them? Y'all use them at your place?
We have used the Mojos and stuff like that.
It's been so long since I've hunted dove. We didn't use them back then. But
I
didn't know how much they were effective.
I think that. I don't know. I'm kind of a wash on that. I don't know.
Go ahead and finish this because I'm going to give you the real list.
Plug for your gun, number 9. That one, I think that ought to be number 1.
Yeah,
that and your hunting license.
Yeah. And number 10, Cool Towel Misty Mate. I got this little Misty Mate.
This coming from the man who wears no-show socks.
You know who put this?
Do you have a float in the gay parade?
Listen to me.
My gosh.
Listen to me. You know who put me on this? David Parker. Parker showed me this, and I was like, that's a cool. He uses it in his fishing tournaments. He put it in his cooler. It's got a little hose on it, and it sprays you down. It is neat, man. That sucker's nice.
My mama makes this thing that she uses. It's got witch hazel and stuff in it. I don't remember summer water or something. I can't remember what you call that.
I have used that before and it works. And I didn't think it was witch hazel, but it might be something you have to get at a drugstore.
Yeah, you got to get it at the drugstore, and you put your towel in it.
Ammonia water.
No, maybe that's
It's not it's something like that.
Yeah, but man, it stays cold, and you put it on the back of your neck.
Ammonia water's really good. Yeah. I used to use that all the time.
Oh, it's incredible stuff.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, what's your list?
Mike, okay, here's the real list. You've got
that was the sampler.
Yeah, sunscreen and protective clothing. Scratch that out. You need a barbecue pit. Bucket and a swivel seat. No, throw that away. Get you a big lawn chair with a footrest.
Amen.
Small water cooler. 120 quart Yeti. Beer, Cokes, everything.
Amen.
Load it down,
okay,
baby.
on the tailgate of a truck. Hunting license. Yes, last year's. A minimum of 2 boxes of shells. I go for a half a case. You know, like Jeff Holder said,
go big or go home.
The worst thing that can happen is you'll never see that bird again. Shoot at him 3 times. It doesn't matter. Someone with a dog to retrieve your bird. No, 3 young grandkids and a whip. You can make them go out there in the briars and get them. They'll cry a little bit, but
they'll be fine.
Yeah. Dove decoys not necessary if you're near a dead tree or a high line.
Amen.
Hey, I will shoot them off of a high line in a minute. Plug for your gun. No, you need a wrench where you can put the plug back in when you see that green truck coming across the field.
With a red light on top.
Yeah. And a cool towel or a Misty Mate. No, TV or radio where you can watch the ball game.
Yeah, because LSU will be playing that.
That's right. That's right. You had that's the real men's list.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And see, Eccles, why in the world do I trust him on stuff like this? I should have known.
I'm sorry, Gary. I let you down.
Mine's a conservative.
You came through in the nick of time. You
Mine's
saved
a
the day.
conservative list.
Okay. Hooking up and tracking down. 11:30. The Tiger.
Yes, we were swinging.
When I go shopping, I want camo, fishing tackle, guns, hunting gear, work clothes.
And when I go shopping, I want home decor, gifts, children's, and baby clothes.
Fortunately, we can both get exactly what we need at the same place, Nichols.
All the name brands you can find in the big city without driving to the big city and paying big city prices.
Nichols, keeping folks happy since 1914.
Looking for a place to get away from it all? Look no further than Red River's Midway Marina in St. Maurice. Owners John and Kemp Nelson invite you to stop by for lunch or come in and rent one of several cabins for the weekend. RV hookups, and a nice boat ramp that leads to some of the best skiing and fishing on Red River. Fully stocked bait and tackle store with gas pumps on and off the water. So book your next trip online, midwaymarinastmaurice.com, or call 318-646-0097.
Hello everybody, Ranger Pro Staffer Steve Graff with the Hooking Up and Tracking Down Show. Folks, there's nothing I love more than my Rhino. I've had 3-wheelers, I've had 4-wheelers, but if you want the best of the best, you need to get you a Rhino 700 from Honda Yamaha Village right here in Natchitoches. My Rhino does more than take me to and from the deer stand. It is a great utility vehicle around your house. You can use it for all kinds of stuff, including yard work. I've got it loaded down right here. But one of the best features of the Rhino, it's got a dump bed right in the back of it. So go see the guys at Honda Yamaha Village of Natchitoches, Chip, Layton, and the gang over there, and let them show you the new Yamaha 700 series from Honda Yamaha Village right here in Natchitoches.
Legendary quality. At Ranger, it's an unparalleled commitment to incredible strength. With the industry's only pull-truted transom, we don't rely on the upper deck to support the transom and motor. It's a difference so strong, we sliced off this rear deck to show its independence from the transom. From total performance to your peace of mind. Cut open the whole story at rangerstrong.com.
Let's go eat at Hana's Steakhouse and Sushi Bar. They have all of our old favorites, or we could get something a little more exotic, like the Hibachi Grill, conveniently located at 814 Kaiser Avenue.
Hello, I'm Troy Umbehagen. We at Natchitoches Nursing and Rehabilitation proudly support and watch TV17's local programming.
You're hooking up and tracking down on 1130 The Tiger. This segment presented by the Gear Grabber Lure Hanger System, Silver Star Steakhouse, and Barbecue and Bayou Outdoors Supercenter. One more time, Gary McCoy, Mike Eccles, and Steve Graff.
Welcome back. Final segment, folks. Cypress Knee Outdoors. Sometimes you have to return to your roots where it all started. That's exactly what Cypress Knee Outdoors is doing now, as they are going back to their original location at 3J's 408, exit 127 east off I-49, just south of Natchitoches. John Abraham is expanding 3J's for Cypress Knee, but he does not want to move all the merchandise from Cypress Knee Outdoors. Go by there. 25 to 50% off all product right now, and make it easy for me. Slashed prices on all the hunting and fishing gear, so you can get a great deal right now. So go see John and the gang at Cypress Knee Outdoors, located at the intersection of Highway 6 off I-49, Natchitoches exit, right there next to Burger King.
All right, Eccles, you've got a tournament this weekend, is that right? This
yeah, we have the semifinals for the Ram Slam. That's a bracket style single elimination, and we have it's Sunday the 7th. We have 8 teams that are going to battle it out to move on to the final round. And I'm going to mess this up, but I'm going to try it anyway. The teams are Team Voss. That's Clarence and Tom Voss. They were paired against Team Ultimate Bass. That's Mike Cork and Brian Hester. Mm-hmm. Team Phoenix Boat, that's Barry Taylor and Justin Cruz, and I'm pretty sure they were teamed against Team R&V Works, Clayton Fry and Ray White. Mm-hmm. Then you had Team Rimmer Electric, which is Stuart Toney and Bradley Virgilito. They're fishing against Team River City Floors. That's Claude Eccles and David Brown. And we got another, and I can't remember who it is.
Okay.
But they will draw.
What 3 lakes?
We will draw Saturday evening over there at Bayou Outdoors, and it'll come down between Cross Lake, Red River, and Lake Bistineau.
Okay.
KMSS will film the weigh-in at this event.
Mm-hmm.
The finals will be drawn between the remaining 2 lakes. It'll be 4 teams on the water that day, and we will actually go out on the water and film the guys fishing, and then the weigh-in and make a 30-minute show.
Is it a winner-take-all deal, or will there be?
It's all 4 places at I think it's 500, 1,000, 1,500, and 2,500 for the final teams. All 4. If you make it to the finals, you're going to get a check.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
So this coming weekend, I mean, will determine whether or not you're going to go home empty-handed,
Right.
or at least get some kind of a check.
If you beat the team you're paired against this weekend, you are guaranteed a check.
Okay.
You got to come back and fish for it.
Yeah.
So.
This Saturday from 2 to 4 at Academy Sports in Bossier. Harry Watson and the guys over there doing fishing seminars. There's a series of seminars that they're going to be doing with Academy over the next couple of months. Harry's the guy behind this. This week's main topic is going to be how to sell yourself to obtain sponsorship.
That's one of the things that I was trying to encourage the little Brett earlier. That's one of the most important things that a young angler needs to understand is that, yes, catching fish is important. Being in that winter circle as often as you possibly can. But more important than anything else to a sponsor is how much of my product do I feel like you've moved. And that's one of the things you're gauged on.
Well, one of the things that I teach at Natchitoches Central to the fishing class that I help coordinate down in Natchitoches is take speech.
Yeah.
Get accustomed to speaking to a group of people.
Yeah.
Selling yourself is the most important part to selling a product.
Sure.
So you got to sell yourself first before you can sell the product.
Right.
And that's what I've encouraged them to do. And a lot of the kids have taken me up on that, and they're taking speech classes, whether it's on the collegiate or high school level. I highly encourage you to do that. I think it's very important for you.
Spell collegiate.
COLLEGIATE.
Yes.
Okay.
Collegiate.
Anything else?
I typed something on Facebook this morning, and I wasn't even close enough for spell check to know what I was. I was not even close enough for spell check to know what I was trying to get. It just had red letters.
Did it ask you if you wanted to convert that to English?
Yeah. But again, kudos to Harry Watson for what he's doing over there with Academy Sports, and it's a great opportunity. If you're a young angler out there trying to make it in the tournament fishing world, and right now the market is saturated, guys, with young men trying to get sponsorship. And it's kind of like I saw an interview with Greg Hackney one time, and somebody asked him this same question, how do I get sponsors? He said, that's the last thing you should be worried about as a young angler right now. You need to work on technique. You need to work on how to catch fish. Mm-hmm. If you're good at catching fish, they're going to come to you. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of truth to that.
Well, one of the things that that a young angler needs to also consider is the fact that you're going to get sponsorships from places if you try to stick within the sporting industry, the confines of the sporting industry, going after the hook manufacturer, the lure manufacturers. Those guys get hammered every day. Somebody at some point went along and talked to Mr. Kellogg's, and got Kellogg's breakfast cereals to sponsor them. And in what vein they ever considered that they would want to get involved with a bass fisherman, I don't know, but it worked out. And a number of other of these manufacturers like that. So think outside the box. There's somebody that can benefit, from the exposure that we offer. I mean, we're talking about, I think, the largest sporting industry in the world being fishing.
Well, you can thank FLW for a lot of this because they were the originators of how to promote sponsors with wrap boats. They started that trend, and of course it carried over to BASS. But a lot of those guys fish both circuits. So, but you can thank FLW because they really taught you how to bring. They took a page from NASCAR. Is what they did, and they did a great job with it. Still doing a great job.
Tomorrow, 6:30. At 1300 North Market, Paul's Farm and Garden, their wildlife seminar. Go up there. They're going to have barbecue. They're going to have door prizes. You don't have to eat the door prizes.
That's okay. If they're good,
and people from Purina, they're telling you how to plant your food plot, going to tell you how to make it grow better than anybody else's. Go up there and see the wildlife seminar at Paul's Farm and Garden tomorrow at 6:30.
I bet they have a good turnout for that.
They will, yeah.
Yep.
Do they do it in the store or out in the warehouse? Do you know?
Out in the warehouse and outside, yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what, man, that's something that, every deer hunter really ought to know. And if you're just wanting to observe deer, you don't want to shoot one, that you just really add to your opportunity there.
Also, Bayou Outdoors is now a Triton boat dealer.
That's right. That happened just a few weeks ago. They are the new Triton dealership. They've been up to the buyers. Right. What do you call it?
The sales meeting.
Sales meeting. Golly. And they expect to be taking on the new product this year. I thought they would get some of the old product right away. And when you get a new dealer, they want you to have all new products. It's going to be probably the middle of September. I've already talked to Larry.
That'd be old 15s coming out, right?
Yeah. And Larry and them to come out. And when we get a date, we know we're going to have some new boats on the floor over there. We're going to have kind of a grand opening and probably cook a big pot of jambalaya and even talk about doing a Duck Commander lookalike contest.
How about that?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Oh, and don't forget now, Sportsman's Expo next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, August 22nd, 23rd, 24th, Shreveport Convention Center. Thanks again, Marissa Diaz, for coming on the show. All the information on that, go to sbcsportsmansexpo.com, or you can go to mykisscountry937.com, or for that matter, 1130 The Tiger.
Also want to wish Stephen Johnston, our Toledo Bend connection that comes on the show every once in a while, gives us a great Toledo Bend report. Stephen is fishing the FLW Cup tournament this weekend over in the Carolinas, and want to wish him the best of luck this week in that event. Hopefully he'll go over there and win the Cup. Going to try to have Stephen on next week to kind of wrap up that event. And you can also follow us on our Facebook page as to how he's doing. We're going to try to keep up with him each and every day.
Awesome. Good.
All right, final word. Today we visited with a young angler who has just qualified for the Bassmaster Classic. This will be the greatest moment in this young angler's life as he walks across the stage with a big or small bag of fish. For him, winning won't be important. It's the fact that he will get the opportunity to compete against the greatest anglers in the world in front of millions of fans worldwide. It's the opportunity to represent all collegiate anglers from across the country. As anglers, sometimes we put too much emphasis on winning when it's really just about the opportunity. Folks, stay safe. May God bless until we meet again with more Hooking Up and Tracking Down.
For years, the mighty Red River was nothing but a...
I am for the child who has been abused, the child who is afraid to go home,
who thinks it's her fault,
who is forced to keep a secret or else.
I am for the child who has been neglected,
the child who does not know where his next meal is coming from,
who must fend for herself and her little sister.
Alone. The child who has never been to a doctor or a dentist.
I am for the child who was taken away
for her own protection.
The child who is now in foster care, who does not know how long he'll be there.
Or who these people are.
Or if she should trust them. I am for her.
The child who is in his third,
fourth, fifth,
sixth foster home this year.
The child who has attended 4 schools in 2 years.
Who sits in back of yet another class surrounded by strangers.
Believing in his heart that no one
cares. I'm for her. The child who has never been told
that he is loved.
That she is smart, beautiful,
talented,
worthy.
That she is strong,
courageous.
That she is somebody. I am for her.
The child who one day will turn 18 and will be surrendered to the world.
I am for that child.
So I am there for that child.
To listen to her.
To speak for her.
To champion without compromise for what's in his best interest.
Because if I am
there for her, I know she will be half as likely to languish in foster care.
And that much more likely to find a safe, permanent home.
She is the child I am for.
He is the child I am for.
They are the children I am for.
She is the child I am for.
The child I am for is him.
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
I'm a CASA volunteer.
I am you.
You're watching KNTS Digital 19 in Natchitoches, Louisiana.